And welcome back. We are once again at Aircon, and we are with Joe and Maddie, who are demoing Solo 175. So I'm going to hand over to these two lovely people, and they can tell us about the game.
Hello. First of all, Solo 175 is live on Kickstarter for the whole of March, and we're doing really, really well. We're 400% funded so far, just over. So it's all about smashing those stretch goals. Solo 175 is a legacy game. It's based in a dystopian, sci-fi, corrupt universe, and you're travelling around that universe to get the most influence.
So the mechanisms in this game, you're going to see, it's a 1 to 5 player game, and it plays in about half an hour per player. And it's based on a lot of sort of classic Euro games, most notably Orleans and El Grande. So the sort of bag building, worker placement elements you see in Orleans are present here. You'll be getting workers, assigning them to jobs, and then doing things within the solar system. You're also going to be competing for control over the different areas of the solar system. So this solar system is a legacy game, so it will expand and change. Cards will be flipped, stickers will be added, and the world is going to be evolving and changing uniquely to your game. You're going to be competing for presence and influence in different parts of the solar system. You're going to be hiring new workers. You're going to be assigning outposts to different regions. You're going to be building your bases around the board. You're going to be assigning your workers to the peacekeeping force. And you're going to be meddling in the elections of the United Federation of the Solar System.
This lovely ballot box.
Yes, so this is quite an interesting mechanic. What you have to do is you take ballot tokens, you actually mark off the party that you want to vote for.
In secret.
And then you pop it into the election box. And this will have a big impact on the end game scoring. So a lot of this design is about replayability. You've got variable endgame scoring, you've got a modular board, you've got changing legacy mechanics. So every game is going to feel a little bit different, and you're going to want to keep replaying this, which is good because the campaign, which is only the beginning of this game, lasts from 20 to 100 hours.
And that depends on player count and how much you want to interact with the world. So we started off the designing of this game very much based on the world and the universe we wanted to create, and we snowboarded from there. We made ourselves a magazine, which is meant to be an artifact.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's an artifact from the universe. So you have different interviews with people across the solar system. You learn about the different political parties, corporation ads, so you get to really learn about the world. There's also, this is where you record your campaign. So you have all your scores in here, and it becomes something that's really unique to you. We also had a load of narratives written. So in each of these locations, there's multiple stories of people and their lives and what's happening, relationships, things like that. You can listen to those or read through them. So if world building is your thing, this is a big thing. There's a lot to explore, but you can also interact with that as much or as little as you want, based on that.
No, that's great. So, although it's legacy, correct me if I'm wrong, I did see a recharge pack. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So you don't really necessarily need that because this is a never-ending legacy game. So even though you'll go through a campaign and there'll be different things that happen, you'll get sort of different endings depending on how you behave in the game. Once the game's over, it doesn't just freeze and end up being replayable. It actually keeps going. So the unlockable components, you'll only have unlocked about 2/3 of them at that point. And the galaxy will continue to evolve every single game. And that never ends. So you never need to go back to the beginning. We have kind of a new approach to legacy with this. So legacy games, we absolutely love them, but often they can feel sometimes a little disposable, particularly if you can only play through the campaign once and it's over. A lot of board game collectors like to have a thing in their collection forever, and they like to keep it sort of, keep it good and keep it neat. So what we try to do, our permanent changes, improve the game. You never tear up a card, you never destroy anything, you only add to it gradually over time. If you want though, because it's a legacy game, it only moves forward, like life, you can't move backwards. But if you want to go back to the beginning, you can get a recharge pack. This will replace all of the components affected by the legacy mechanism. And then let's say you have a new group and you want to run through the whole thing with them, or you want to play it all solo, that is possible.
Okay. So, on the new group sort of thing, do you need to play with the same group? Because obviously 100 hours is quite a lot of time to commit.
Yes.
We honestly, like, the most ideal scenario, as we'd all know, is the same group, the whole legacy. But we know that that's not always realistic, so we designed it so that you can have players come in and out, and we've basically made it so that you can do that.
It works really well for this game because you're playing as the CEO of a corporation. So it's kind of the story of these corporations interacting with the world. So it actually makes a lot of sense that a CEO leaves and a new one comes in, and that it sort of adds to the story of each of the corporations and makes it more unique. So it's really no problem to bring people in.
Yeah.
And that's not the only part of the Kickstarter, is it? There's Gonza Index as well.
Indeed.
Yes. This is an early prototype up here.
Yeah, an early prototype. So Gonza Index, it's a fast-paced, dice-chucking, stock trading game, and it's actually based in this same Solar 175 universe. So it's almost like a little warm-up to Solar 175, and it gives it a nice balance. So it's a lighter, shorter game, in contrast to more of a legacy and sort of more immersive experience.
What's cool is that with the stretch goals we've managed to hit already, this now plays from 1 to 5 players, so it has a solo mode too, and this plays from 1 to 5 players, which is what we really hoped we could do, because it means, yes, as Maddie says,
it's more streamlined together.
You can have a gaming night, start with a fast-paced 20-30 minute game, and then have the big main course game over here.
Yeah. So it'll get you into the feel of the universe, get you into...
The stocks that you're trading are the same corporations that you'll be interacting with here, so it's sort of...
And there's new artwork in there too, but there's a lot that overlaps as well, so if the artwork is something that appeals to you, there's a lot more in this little box.
And the artwork is fantastic, and it's really engaging with the artwork.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, thank you for your time today.
No problem at all.
Go and check out the Kickstarter if you haven't done already. Please back it. I will be pressing that back button straight after this.
Thank you very much
for everything, including the Gonza Index. So check that out, and we'll catch you next time.
Excellent. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
There you go. Do my job for me. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.